going back to both Dave and Kurt, what you said, I mean, this is what happens with conspiracies, right? When there's a conspiracy, and it was of his own making. It was of the MAGA movement's making. But on the Obama thing, just to kind of, and I'm not big on that conspiracy either. The only thing that stuck out to me yesterday, and just because of my experience with National Security Council, the fact that he called a National Security Council meeting, which only the president can obviously do, and then that's such a serious, serious meeting to call. I mean, usually it's for international incidents or international significance. That's the only thing, and I'm not saying it was wrong or right. That was just the thing to me that was just, if they did think Russia was involved at that point when he called it, I mean, it was very serious that he did call that meeting.
Well, let me just
I mean,
respond to that, because I think there's no doubt that Russia tried to meddle in the election.
mhm.
And if you don't believe me, just ask then Senator Rubio, who was chairman of the Intelligence Committee,
Yep.
and put out a lengthy, I thought, very thoughtful report, back in the days when Marco Rubio was thoughtful, and saying essentially that yes, Russia tried to influence the election. I think that's the reason the security meeting was called, but there's no proof that they were actually able to do so. And I think that one of the great things about our election system is that it is so decentralized, right? You have 16,000 different districts or something. So it's not like there's one big
Oh,
central.
I remember during the Florida recount,
Of
just in the
course.
Florida state alone. Oh,
By the way, I'm so glad you brought that up. Florida is a model for the country. When they had that, punch out, who doesn't want to punch out Pat Buchanan, right? That was the joke. But,
that's true.
but who after
Forgot
that,
about that.
Florida got their act together. They know the vote is counted. They're in Eastern time. The polls close at 7. By 9 or 10 p.m. that night who won. And frankly,
Yep.
there's no reason other states can do that. Now, some states, in fairness, like Pennsylvania, have been hampered because the legislature passed a law banning the counting of mail-in votes until election day, which is absurd. The only reason I see that is done is to make it go on longer, and that is more chance to contest it. But still, having said that, a lot of states, Nevada, for example, that last election in 22 with Kathleen Cortez Masto that took like 3 extra days to count. It's just inexcusable. And even though the Republicans weren't, or people weren't crying fraud, they did make a fair point that it's just an embarrassment for our democracy that it takes so long to count the vote. But I think back to Trump, I do think that there's some raw nerve that has been struck here. I don't know whether he feels this is finally too far in terms of what is going to be revealed, or there's some financial information. There's
So,
something that's really getting up in his craw, but I don't know.
but do you think it's I mean, it's, listen, we're all speculating. I don't even know if it's about him. I think I don't know, but I think it's like something even broader. I don't know the answer to what I'm asking, but obviously we all know many of the people that are in the quote so-called list, whether it's Bill Clinton or Trump or Steve Jobs, not Steve Jobs, Microsoft.
Real days.
Uh, Bill Gates. I mean, that stuff's already been leaked, and I
Right.
don't think that would stop him from not putting it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this seems so visceral to me that I think there's something in there that he's afraid of. I'm not saying that he's going to be accused of being with pedophilia, but it could be something financial. It could be, I don't know. I've just never seen him, particularly the second term, where so much of this has been worn. He successfully lowered the bar. So people just
Mhm,
shrug at stuff that would have other presidents out in days. There's something different here. So, and I don't know what it is.
mhm.
What do you think, Kurt?
Well, what we do know is this: Donald Trump cares more about self-interest than any politician in the history of mankind. We know that they are taking hit after hit after hit without actually offering any rational explanation for why they're incurring these type of hits. Um, sometimes the most obvious answer is the right answer. Like, there's something in here that's bad for Donald Trump that he doesn't want to get out, and so he's doing everything he can to make sure that doesn't happen. They've already lied multiple times about this. They said that they weren't, the attorney general didn't brief him about this or reveal that he was even in the files. Turns out that was a lie, as Wall Street Journal reported. Attorney general did brief him about this, that there was an effort to find anything related to Donald Trump in it. And you know, the idea that Trump is going out there claiming this is a Democrat hoax and a media smear campaign, uh, that reaction just tells me intuitively, like, okay, well, you're going back to your greatest hits, but it doesn't add up with all the information that we have. You are afraid. Like, you would rather keep taking news cycle after news cycle after news cycle of just getting slaughtered here than let whatever it is get out, which you could have done on day one, by the way. I mean, he
Well, what
literally
does
is
that
the
tell
president of the
you?
United States. He could do
What does
whatever
that
he
tell you?
wants. Tells me there's some, like, he's protecting himself. That's the only reason to do this. Donald Trump doesn't care
Or
about
his
protecting anybody
family,
else. He
or his
doesn't care about
family.
anybody else. I don't think
He
he
cares
gives a
about his
crap.
kids.
I don't believe that for a second, but
No, I
Oh,
know.
stop it.
I don't believe for a second. I think he'd sell them down the river if to protect himself. I think that he's a typical narcissist personality disorder, character, and people who have NPD disorder do not have the ability to have that type of empathy and emotional connection that normal people do. And I don't think Trump cares one bit about anyone but himself.
I don't agree with you, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I think he cares about kids, his grandkids.
So
I don't
is
know.
there?
He didn't have a problem, I guess we'll say allegedly, sleeping with other people while his wife was pregnant with his kids. I mean, like, I don't think he cares.
So I guess I'd love to hear from both of you. Is there going to be a breaking point on this at some point if he just gets hammered and hammered? Because
Well, it's
again,
happening. It happened last night in the oversight committee when Republicans
Yeah,
joined Democrats to issue a subpoena to get all
yeah.
the information out there. Like, it's coming to a head. The oversight committee also, sent a letter to Maxwell saying, "Hey, August 11th, we want you to testify." Like, this
Wonder
is going
what
to come
that's
to a
gonna
head.
what do you think that's gonna so what remind me what happened there, guys. She had a plea deal, and then
Hmm.
it was taken away, right?
Right.
So where is she in jail? Here?
Oh, I don't know which jail she's in.
No, but I mean, she's in the States.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
she'll come back here. They offered her, I'm assuming, or they're gonna offer her some sort of plea deal. So she's going to testify.
Well, she's going to use the specter of testifying publicly to leverage a better deal
Yeah,
from the Justice Department.
yeah.